Welcome in, everyone. The NBA Cup has reached the knockout stage. Tonight, it's a quarterfinal in the East. Kevin Harlan here alongside Craig Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And our reporter tonight on the sideline is Allie LaForce. And how about we check the numbers for Brandon Ingram?
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games. And he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. The guard spots filled by Quickly and Barrett. The post pairing, Barnes playing alongside Pirtle. And it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. And for the Celtics, the wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Williams is out there with Tatum. And it's Simons in at the 1. This marks the first game of the NBA Cup knockout round for these two teams. The Eastern Conference wild card on the road against a group winner.
And we've seen the excitement this tournament generates when it gets to this stage. It's a playoff atmosphere. Everyone in the building knows there's a lot on the line.
And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. Ingram with the steal. Pass to Barnes. And Tatum pulls it down. Celtics on offense. It's a 3-point game. Last time they met was in Toronto where they beat the Raptors.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at the Raptors. They're in a bit of a holding pattern, hoping to take that next leap.
Checking out Boston. They've got that #1 spot halfway through the year. Not a big deal at this point in the season, but you know that gives these guys a great deal of confidence.
It's good.
No second thoughts from Tatum. Just look, he's ready.
Pass to Barnes. Pirtle sets the pick for Ingram. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Speed kills, and Simons has plenty of it.
Toronto's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, excitement building in Ontario ahead of this coming May when the WNBA makes its long-awaited launch north of the border. The Toronto Tempo will become Canada's first ever WNBA franchise. And with that league finding a rhythm, this debut feels right on time.
It is a beautiful thing. And Shams, we appreciate the report. That's good from Barnes. In his relatively young career, Scotty Barnes, GA, has played a number of positions.
Well, he's so versatile. He can be successful at a lot of different spots on the floor. A glue guy, you can plug in just about anywhere. Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
Yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work on the glass. You literally practice that every day. Out to a hot start, 4 makes and 5 shots to begin this ball game.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's White, and he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
And you don't see many teams take these shots as often anymore. It's nice to see them take advantage in this area.
Now here's Ingram. 11 points for him in that last game against Boston. Clock at 4. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Brown. Here's Tatum. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Raptors leading by 3 to the inside and stolen by Tatum. Ahead, here's Brown. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Here's Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
Powerful finish. Jakob not taking any chances in tight.
And it's the Celtics with the ball. Williams, a screen on Ingram. Brown finds Williams. And that one drops. Williams has got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Master quickly. Back to Barnes. Pirtle sets the pick for Barnes. He is looking for Pirtle and finds him.
I like seeing Jakob go to work in pick and rolls. He is so dependable in these situations.
Celtics trail by 3. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. We chatted about Scotty Barnes. In terms of the game plan, Coach told me they plan to give Scotty extra attention, saying, quote, "We'll try to make things hard on him. It's key we don't allow him to get into an early groove. We'll see if they can execute." Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. And it goes down 2 points.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now here's White. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Toronto.
And he didn't just create offense for himself now. He did a tremendous job of setting up his teammates as well.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Just tough, gritty play there by Barnes. That's how you deal with physicality.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Pritchard, he's checked in for Anthony Simon. Oh, we have a break in the action. Now let's check out the league's best shooting teams. Number 1, the Celtics.
Are just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Outside, White. Lays it up off the glass. White's got 7. The Raptors with the lead. And here is Quickly. Rebounded by the Celtics. Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game. Tatum, good. And it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Rushing off the contact look. The dude is strong. When he gets in there, it's easy. That's an easy bucket.
And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Toronto Raptors. Quickly finds Ingram. In the corner, Barrett with it. From past the arc, hits the 3-point bomb. 6 points for him.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Brown against Ingram. And the shot is good.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Barnes. 23 points for him the last game against Boston. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And although it's still early in the season, Greg, what kinds of storylines have caught your attention so far?
How the All-Star voting is shaping up. All-Star appearances are mentioned on a player's resume, especially when they retire. So these guys want to be one as many times as possible.
Ingram outside. The 11-footer. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
What a move by Ingram. Taking the foul, but also getting the bucket.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And I also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
Now, here's Tatum. He had 31 points in the win against the Raptors in Toronto.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Here's Shed following the three-pointer by Boston. He gets that one.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
There will be some letdown at some point. But these teams, they are built to score. So
Tatum's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Pass to Shed. Ingram outside. There's the triple. Buries it from three-point range. Now it's a 5-point Raptor lead.
And this is Ingram's attitude. He's ready to fire away as soon as the ball hits his hand.
Here's Brown. Some solid defense from Ingram.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And again, Toronto with the triple.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Boston's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And finished off by Brown.
such a great athlete, an elite athlete. JB is at his best, in my opinion, when he is attacking the rim.
Raptors leading by 6. Here's Shed. 17 points in his last outing. Bounce pass Dick. 6 to shoot. Barnes outside. A 3. Drills it from outside. Barnes has got 8 points.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Brandon Ingram.
Brown, now an elite scorer in this league, really does it all.
The Celtics shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
2 shots. That free throw good from Brown.
A fearless athlete. Jaylen Brown competes every single night on both sides of the ball. Something you want as a teammate.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
Substitution on the court.
17 seconds left in the first quarter.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
Pass to Mamu Kalashvili. Dick wide open, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. Here's Hauser, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Toronto holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Their points came almost exclusively from beyond the arc. And as this game continues, that should open up the floor for the rest of their offense.
Celtics trail by 8. Williams is out there with Chris Boucher. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. Then there's Sam Hauser. And it's Gonzalez in at the shooting guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
And the basket is good. Mamu Kalashvili has got his first basket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Pritchard in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And you can see the defense broke down there, allowing him to get all the way to the hoop.
Here's Shed. Pass to Mamu Kelishvili. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Boucher passes to Williams. Here's Hauser. Off target with his 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Shed. And he banks in the layup. Shed's got 7.
And so many different ways Dick gets the ball to his teammates. Always on time and on target.
Celtics trail by 8. Outside Gonzalez. Here's Hauser. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often. Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
And timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Simons, he's checked in for the Celtics. Well, some rookies have been making a name for themselves on the glass this past month. Let's see who we're talking about. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Here's Quickly. From 13 feet, it goes down. He has 6.
A quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
3-pointer, Pritchard. And the 3 ball is good.
No one there to contest, so he just drops it in like he's at the rec league.
Pritchard against Quickly. Pass to Murray Boyle. Here's Mamu Kelishvili over Williams. And another basket for Toronto.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Hauser. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
And that's on the defense there. Gotta know the scouting report and understand that he loves his shot.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up. Oh, my goodness, the slam!
And how about the explosiveness of Simons? Man, can he get up and finish with power?
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. Now, here's Barrett. 14 points from him the last game against Boston.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Sweet move. No good on the layup. Last outing for Boston, they won that game against the Raptors in Toronto. And another of these young, talented players out of Canada, R.J. Barrett, is a high-level NBA athlete.
It's in the blood. His father played for the Canadian national team. Barrett, an attack wing who loves to get downhill.
Yes, that goes in.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And Pritchard puts up a deep 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks in Milwaukee. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And so it's Pritchard who brings the ball up for the Boston Celtics, trailing here by 8. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Yeah, they just pummeled them from the perimeter. Did a nice job working the ball around and getting those high percentage looks.
And it's quickly missing.
The defense really made this an uphill battle, and he just couldn't get there.
Basket good.
Getting comfortable in the second quarter. His efficiency is finally on the rise.
Toronto leading by 3 to the paint and stolen by Williams. Here's Simons. Oh, what a jam! Simons!
And while he's not the biggest guy in the world, Simons will battle and make some tough shots like that.
Here's quickly 11 points for him in that last game against Boston.
And how about the vision he displayed? Great job getting others involved and piling up the assist.
Now, here's Barrett. Pass to Mahmoud Kalashvili. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Mahmoud Kalashvili has got 7 points for the quarter.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
Here's Simons. Drops in the layup for 2.
That is downright unguardable. Simons knows when to go for it.
And the Raptors with the ball. And Barrett slams it in.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Celtics trail by 4. Outside, Simon. Here's Hauser. Drills the three-pointer. Hauser's got 8.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
And here's Ingram from the arc. A three-pointer is right on target.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Some changes for Boston. Kate is checked in, and it's Jason Tatum in for Chris Boucher. Boston is gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Simon.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Now here's Barnes. 8 points for him. Birtle sets the pick for Ingram. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Barnes with it. He's covered by Pritchard. Quickly with a wide-open look. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Barnes has got 4 assists in the game. Celtics trail by 7. 1:04 left in the first half. And it's Simons missing.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Ingram kicks to Barnes. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Pirtle. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
We have seen Jakob's role on offense grow over the years. He's a high-percentage shooter from inside.
Three-pointers, Simon. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
And even though they're down, it's not on him. He's been lights out on offense for them this quarter especially.
The shot's good from quickly.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
Boston's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Connects from three-point range. Simons has got 21.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Steps back. Here's Ingram. Out to Barrett. 3 seconds left, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
What a performance from R.J. Barrett. He has been the story for Toronto. He was a true standout at the offensive end, both with his scoring and his passing. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court jump line. They're picking up on the shot. One more time.
Greetings, everyone. Let's first take a look at the players of the week in both conferences. And the Eastern Conference winner, Jason Tatum.
Reminds me of the Swiss Army knife forward Jason Tatum. It's amazing how well developed a scorer he is at such a young age. What's even more amazing, his fans really get on him when he's not producing at the highest level. A little bit ungrateful, if you ask me.
And let's talk about the first half we've seen. R.J. Barrett taking the reins in this one.
Yeah, he's high point so far. You see the plays they're running for him? Featured through the half. I expect that to continue.
Yeah, same.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. One of the stories here, Anthony Simons getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered in the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
And checking out the group for Darko Rajakovic to start the second half. In at the forwards, Ingram and Barnes. The guard spots filled by Quickly and Barrett. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Simons the pass to White. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And so Quickly will bring it up for the Raptors. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Pirtle finds Quickly. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Quickly's got 14.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Ingram outside. Pirtle with a screen on Brown. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 14.
And his team giving up a 3 at the other end, and Ingram craps back.
Simons with the ball. Guarded now by Barnes. Simons kicks to White. Pass to Tatum. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Their first miss since the break. Still, I like how they've come out so far.
You watch Jason Tatum, Richard. He looks comfortable in everything he does.
And even though it's a hard game, he just makes it look so easy. And I think being an NBA champion, that's giving him a little boost in confidence.
And here's White, following the three-pointer by Scotty Barnes.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the 3, but he just couldn't get it to go.
Ingram against Tatum.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Let's pop over to our 2K leaderboard to see which power forwards and centers have had the most productive last month offensively. 5th on the list, Jason Tatum.
You know, there are different styles among those big men, but they have one thing very much in common. They can dominate offensively. Face up or back to the basket, they can get it done.
Yeah, the collection of post moves these big fellas have is unreal. I'd say some of them are the most unstoppable moves in the game.
And we've seen this type of effortless dominance from Ingram before, growing accustomed to carrying the load.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Boston. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. Of course, there's the Raptors, 8.5 games behind them.
And I think for Toronto, they had the kind of hot and cold start that we've kind of come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of a breakout season.
They do look like they're the same kind of team they were last year. Good, but not special.
Now Barnes. After Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. And that one's good. Ingram.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Celtics trail by 13. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks. Scotty Barnes letting everyone know. He said, I'm a great defender. I feel like it doesn't really get talked about enough. I guard whoever, 1 through 5. That's what I pride myself on and what I'm ready to do every time I step on the floor. Kevin?
A tone setter for sure at that end. Thanks so much for the report, Allie. And stolen by Simon. The end of the drought. And the slam dunk by Simon.
And anytime you get a fast break chance, you want to run, and Simon's a terrific finisher.
Toronto leading by 11. Outside, Barrett. Barnes, screen on White. Great open look there. Barrett's got 17.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And here is quickly. Following the three-pointer by Derek White. And the call will be against Anthony Simon. That's his first foul. The Celtics making a switch here. Richards checked in. The Raptors also with a sub. Grady Diggs checked in for Brandon Ingram. A three from Quickly. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And it's Brown missing. Toronto's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Quickly finds Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Rebound Boston. And stolen by Barnes. Bertle, the pass to Barrett. Good on the three-point shot. Barrett's got the lead up to 14 now for the Raptors.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
The Raptors have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Quickly kicks to Barnes. Williams with the block. Here's Tatum. Emphatic finish by Tatum.
Oh, this is how aggressive Tatum is. Excellent job of getting to the rim in a finish. Just light work.
1:58 left here in the third quarter. Outside Barrett. Quickly setting the pick for Barrett. Shakes him. It's Dick on the wing. Shot clock at 5. The shot missing. Good tee by Williams. Here's Tatum. Inside. Tatum.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Quickly finds Barnes. Fires for 3. And Emmanuel Quickly gets the 3. Quickly's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Toronto. Outside White. And here's Tatum for 3. There's Tatum's range on display.
He's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
And so Quickly will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Back to Barnes. It's Barrett on the wing. Pass to Bertle. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
A real challenge to guard in pick and rolls. Barrett's size and ability to distribute the rock is elite.
Now here's White. He's got 19. Hands it from downtown.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
Barnes looking around. Pirtle, high post. Here he goes.
Just staying active. That's a big part of Pirtle's game.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
The line for the Raptors, Jakob Pirtle, 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Known as a fantastic rim protector, Jakob has also made great strides offensively.
No good on the second free throw. Simons the pass to White. Here's Pritchard. Here's the three. And the Celtics another three.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back to the action in just a minute. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Out on the wings for him, it'll be Simons and Brown. Then there's Chris Boucher. Then it's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Minot in at the power forward position. That's the Boston 5.
Nice work by Ingram, keeping his eyes open, allowing him to find an opportunity for a teammate.
Pass to Brown. Simons on the wing. Pritchard from outside. Shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 6 assists now in the game.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Shoots the 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Boy, it's a joy to watch Ingram as he's developed. One of the hardest working players in the game.
To the right side. Pritchard from outside. Outside, Simons. 3-pointer. Pritchard gets the bucket. Pritchard's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Cash money. Brown with the tray.
Love the response by Brown, marching right back down and dropping in his own 3.
Dick with the screen on Brown. With the shot. And it's Ingram missing. Celtics trail by 7. Simons on the wing. Toronto grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 14 points. It's Ingram on the wing. Pass to Mamu Kalashvili. They set the pick. To the wing on the left. This one for 3. Traps in the tray. And the Raptors lead by 10.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Outside, Simon. And here's Brown. Outside. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Quick answer, Jaylen Brown from long distance.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He has decided it's the right time to talk. A new group in now for the Raptors. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Darko Rajakovic said to the team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer.
Now here's White. Three-pointers off the mark. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Toronto.
They've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And we also got to talk about the damage they've done inside. The opposition having a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint.
Now, here's Quickly. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Jason Tatum.
Look how ready Barnes is to play physically. He insists on finishing his motion.
Taking 2 shots.
That's good from Barnes. And the game getting more spread out. Do you think RJ will ever see an NBA 4-point line?
I doubt it, but I guess you never know. I personally don't think it's a good idea. I think the game needs tweaks, not changes.
And Barnes, an all-around threat. A good scorer, aggressive rebounder, solid passer, and more than capable defensively.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Tatum's got 10 points in just the second half.
This is not the same guy we saw in the first half. Credit him for finding a way to shake off those first 2 quarters.
The kick out to Barnes. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
He notched 1 deep ball in the first half, but you start to get the feeling he's finding his rhythm out there now.
Tatum comes right back with the 3.
This is what great scorers do. Tatum rises to the 3-point challenge.
White against Ingram. And here's Quickly for 3. Shot is no good. Now 9 for 13 from the floor. Simons finds Williams. Now Pritchard. The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's White. Good. And it's Tatum picking up the assist. White's got 25 points in the game.
Intelligent play by Tatum, moving the ball to get an open shot.
Raptors leading by 6. Now Ingram. Quickly up top. Barnes the screen. Barrett. There he goes again. That's his 9th straight basket. He's a perfect 9 for 9.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
And here is Quickly. Following the 3-pointer by Derek White.
This man has entered the zone. Great shooting performance from him all game long.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Brown is checked in for Anthony Simon.
Number 7, Jaylen Brown.
Celtics trail by 7. White outside. Buries the deep ball.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
And so Quickly will bring it up for the Raptors. It's led by as many as 14 points. Hurdle. Oh, what an assist. Leading him to the bucket.
Big body Jakob using that size to get into position. Quality job.
White outside. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
A quick pass leads him right to the rack.
I like that. Pivotal moment in the game, and Barrett showing some mental fortitude.
White outside. Good. Another from 3.
He's got his defense scrambling, and even when they got two guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for three-pointers in a single game. Barnes outside, beyond the arc, knocks down the three.
And no fear in Barnes late in the game. This guy is not afraid of the moment.
Pritchard with the ball. White outside. Catch up a three, and again for three.
He's now set the team record for most threes in a game. Unreal.
And a lot of it stems from his confidence. Even when he misses, he's sure, he's positive the next one's going to go in. Barrett fires. The response triple. Answers back.
And coming through in a big way, you have to love Barrett there, taking over down the stretch.
Celtics trail by 5. White outside. Puts it up from deep. Quickly pulls it down.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Here's Barnes. Nice use of the glass on the finish.
And right where he wants to be. It's so dangerous letting Barnes get inside like that.
Good! Another from 3.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep.
And he's tied Curry's mark from 2016, which was the top spot for threes in a game for a short while. It's been that kind of takeover display that we've seen here tonight.
The contest and the rebound, folks. That is how you defend.
And he commits the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Taking full advantage of his opportunities at the line to extend their lead.
Fires the 3, connects again from distance.
And of course it falls for him. That 3 pushes him into the history book.
Rally is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget.
And all those great shooting performances from Klay Thompson, well, this night belongs right there with him. Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
You know, I don't believe in the word choke, but to come away empty right there is brutal. This game would have been over.
White, and again for 3.
Unbelievable. Gets the record with a beautiful 3.
A new single-game record, GA, in a night that everyone will remember for the rest of their lives.
And Klay Thompson's mark of 14 is bested. What a shooting display.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Timeout from Joe Mazzulla. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. What do you think we're going to see here?
Yeah, tough situation here, but they do have enough time to get a catch and shoot. It's going to have to be very quick, but they do have time.
Jaylen Brown. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. And they move on to the NBA Cup semifinal. These guys are firing on all cylinders.
And really doing their best to represent the Eastern Conference. This is a proud organization, and they have played with great pride.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and along with Allie LaForce on the sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's NBA coverage. And now we present the player of the game, Brandon Ingram.